No,
I
you're
would
never
just
going to
go
make
as-
it to the desert.
No,
You're dead.
You ramp over something.
Oh,
that's
I'm
trying to
sorry.
bite
You just got raped to death by magpies.
I raped.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ramped a magpie.
No.
God damn it.
Then you were raped by magpies.
I ramped a raping magpie.
I ramped a raping magpie.
What's the plural of
Dun,
magpie?
dun.
Magpies. Is it?
20 to life.
Probably. I don't know. There are good movies and there are great movies. Neither of those are what we watch here because this is Shitty Cinema. Here at Shitty Cinema, we love movies and we hate ourselves by wading through the sewers of Hollywood and beyond for movies to make fun of based on our theme this month. I'm Jay and I'm joined by Dave.
Hello.
Casey.
Hi.
And Juice.
Goodbye.
Casey, why don't you tell us what's going on in this episode?
This episode, I brought Gas Pump Girls from 1979. This fits in to this month's theme of tits and tires.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
fits
all
squarely.
about movies that have something to do with tits and something to do with tires.
Gas Pump Girls
Gas-
is definitely right up. Phil.
Gas Pump Girls was tits and tires.
Exclusively.
Exclusively.
It's basically all we watched for how long? What was the runtime on this?
I have no idea. It was a lifetime.
Not long enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got both ends of
86
the scale
minutes.
there. Really?
Yeah.
It
It's
felt
pretty
Yeah.
fairly average, actually.
I
About
could
an hour and a half.
I could have watched another 86 minutes. Casey, as always, we're gonna need an elevator pitch here.
Yeah. What's up?
We have a problem.
What? Oh no. What's going on?
You just graduated high school. Unfortunately,
My tits are so happy right now.
at your high school, there are no elevators.
Oh,
It's a pretty small graduating class.
mine was.
Yeah. So you understand this. However, you know those 50 greaser guys that are always pulling pranks.
Oh my god.
Rolling cigarettes
They're
up
not
in their
even funny.
shirt
They're
sleeve.
just terrible.
And
They're
they-
like terrible vultures.
And they actually put grease in their hair. It's
yes,
disturbing.
it's from my Honda. Please stop.
So anyways, we have this vulture, so you have named man.
Mm-hmm.
He is sneaking under all of the female chairs. And he's
Ew.
tying your robes, your robes. Now, I imagine that
He's a friend's uncle.
not necessarily that he's
Oh,
a friend's uncle, but
he
he
seems like he
knows
would.
you didn't wear a bra today.
I don't wear a bra any day.
Okay, so he knows this.
Yeah,
Trust me,
I have
your
perky
friend's,
high school tits.
your
I've got-
friend's uncle's cousin knows.
Oh, he's so dirty.
So dirty.
But
So
I'm so perky.
So as we stand up, as we do here in our high school graduations, you are forced to sing a song. You, having an amazing voice, have 10 seconds before your solo is up, and you are thinking about a movie. Yeah. What movie is this?
Hometown horse, pump your gas. That's it. That's what this whole movie is about.
That's only 3 seconds.
Hometown horse, pump your gas.
And you slowed it down.
I did. To a nice Beethoven Ninth Symphony.
Yep. Well, unfortunately,
Hometown horse will
now that
pump
you,
your gas for you and suggest oil change. I tried to stretch it
That's
out.
called an upsell.
God damn right. That's
and
why
for
I'm salesman of the month.
$5.99, you can now lose your top.
Juice,
So-
this is 1979. $5.99 is a hefty price to pay.
That's a house.
Yeah.
I like that your elevator pitch included aspects like she's not wearing a bra under a graduation robe without
Right,
any
right.
context for that statement yet.
No,
So
none.
just
I
Like,
never wear a bra
they're
under
nailing
graduation
ropes to the
robes.
ground and people are going commando. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's the 70s, Dave. This was canon.
All right. Maybe I should give you the plot. Do you guys...
Maybe
Maybe-
you should.
Please, actually.
Hey, wait a minute.
Okay.
It can't be the same as my elevator pitch, so good luck. Good fucking luck.
I don't think I could live up to that great elevator pitch. But
Oh.
I'll try to do my best on the plot. Gas Pump Girls opens with the movie's namesake graduating from high school, and the pseudo-greaser gang, the Vultures, hence the entire premise of our elevator pitch, affixes their graduation gowns to chairs. So, you know, during the totally normal song sung by all the graduates, I mean...
That's what you
I'm,
do.
I'm assuming that's normal. You guys do that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You didn't
Really?
have choir singing.
No,
at
I didn't
your
have a
graduation.
fucking choir at my graduation. Is that really a thing?
We were all forced to sing Photograph by Chad Kruger.
Are you sure?
Are you serious?
That was actually my graduation song, but we
Freddie-
didn't have to
I'm
sing it.
Oh, I was like, I need to check you in a rehab for a cult.
All right, back to Gas Pump Girls. Anyway, the mid-song, the Gas Pump Girls' gowns get ripped off so that they're topless, right? Because wait, hold on. You guys were naked under your your graduation gowns, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
supposed to be. It's
Yeah,
like a
completely.
hospital gown. All gowns imply that you're completely nude underneath, like a hospital gown.
Yeah, right. And
Right.
just so we're clear, this is the point that the tire screeching happened, and I looked at Casey. Is this a fucking porno, Casey?
Yeah, no.
I wasn't sure because I've never watched this movie. I didn't vet it, and I 100% trust Phil.
Okay, I'm not convinced that Gas Pump Girls is not a porno, but back to the
Jury's still
story.
out.
Gas Pump Girl Prime June's Uncle Joe, who owns a gas station, has a heart attack, and June decides to take on the corporation across the street.
But you
by-
know what?
What?
That corporation has been shitting all over June Prime's uncle's gas station.
Gas
Like, he can't get his opium-addicted ass out of the chair fast enough to pump gas, so they just go right across the street.
And what's the business model she uses?
Opium crisis averted. Don't
Well, like
hire drug
It's
addicts.
like the Hooters business model.
Oh, yeah, like, hey, we're hot. We know how to pump gas.
Yeah, booty shorts and underboob. That's what's selling fuel these days.
Why don't you pull
Yeah.
in?
Hey, I would go there rather than a pyramid petroleum pollution.
Why don't you pull in just a little bit?
Okay, unsurprisingly, it is 1979, so it is a good business model. It works,
Yeah.
right? The totally not a porn model expands to car repair, and they hire Gas Pump Girls' boyfriends, right? And being harassed by the terrible vultures, the aforementioned greaser gang,
The Greaser Gang
turns into a job opportunity.
Yeah, they're just bored kids.
Yeah. They just need a
Yeah.
job. And so they turn this totally ratchet fucking tow truck into into this sweet flamed out hot rod tow truck with a
Oh,
cartoon
yeah.
vulture on the side.
Because they're the terrible vultures.
But we're really good at art.
So you still can't convince me that this isn't a porno because then the training scene on how to pump gas, because they actually had a fucking training scene on how to pump gas, is
Yeah.
just a porno, and then the first customer is just a porno. That's how pornos
He's
start.
like, wait, what exactly are you selling here? How many of your cops raise your hand?
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
It's illegal for you not to tell me.
Gas Pump Girls is so inundated with innuendos, it practically got me pregnant.
I'm going to
Yeah?
undulate in your direction.
I'm sorry. Jay.
Don't be.
I'm very sorry
Why?
Are you
why are you sorry?
Fargnat?
because I don't want to be undulated in.
Okay, I guess what do you want from the drop out of college and run a gas station model for success, huh?
Hey, if you got tits, by all fucking means.
Anyway, it works, right? So the corporate gas station across the street, the Pyramid Petroleum, they lose business to the porn model because, I mean, I guess who can blame them? And so the ironically named villain of our movie, Mr. Friendly, calls the head of Pyramid Petroleum, and just so I can say, because he gives money to the head of the petroleum,
Give them
right?
gas.
And their symbol is just this simple circle with a triangle that's filled in the center. It kind of looks like a pyramid, right? And so if
yeah,
you
well, the
follow the
company's-
money,
Where's the money at?
Company's
Where's
the
the
guy
money
that
at?
runs it, Dave, you find out that the Illuminati is confirmed. Follow the money, Dave. Follow the goddamn money.
It's in the cash register.
Yeah, it's
Dave.
goes to Pyramid Petroleum.
No,
Right.
first it
Illuminati
goes.
confirmed.
And then the
First it
Pyramid
goes to the
Petroleum gives it to the lizards who's giving us the oil
No, then-
from the earth, the lizard people under the crust.
No, then they give it to the
It's their
strippers
poop.
in the CEO's office.
It's their
yeah.
We saw them when they call.
In
Oil.
the form of
That's true.
more cocaine.
All right, so far we've got Mr. Friendly confirming the Illuminati, and he goes as far as hiring out mobsters, but eventually uses the CEO to cut off their gas supply, which results in a hijinks war between the two gas stations that's absolutely ridiculous.
It's not hijinks. They just steal
Well,
gas.
felonies wrapped in sexual tension.
Just because you play the happy music over it doesn't
yeah.
mean you're not committing a
stealing
crime.
all of your gas. Fuck your business in the ass. Gonna steal your kids' Christmas presents. Gonna steal all of your gas.
Because it's a porno. Anyway, tensions escalate with the gas pump girls and their boring boyfriends. With the vultures in tow, they all head to Illuminati headquarters. And they enter Illuminati headquarters by masquerading as the whitest Arab sheik with his white-ass harem. It is absolutely awful.
Dilly dally fritter nuts.
Yeah, don't they have some actual Arabians that pass them on the way out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, if they're Arabic, I'll eat my camel.
Which I'm
What?
sure is totally
Arabian
kosher.
Is that a
Arabian-
common phrase?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
guess
don't
no.
think so.
Even the secretary calls them on their bullshit. She goes, "What part of Arabia are you from?"
The Northwest.
the Oregon of Arabia.
Oregon. Anyway, so the gas pump girls give their sob story to the CEO, who turns out to be a bleeding heart and ends up
Fucking liberals.
getting Uncle Joe the manager job that Mr. Friendly once held, and Mr. Friendly ends up as a gas pump guy because apparently that's how these things work. So I guess the moral of the story, kids, is drop out of college and run a gas station model is all sex and hijinks in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Mr. Friendly.
All right, there's plenty to talk about in Gas Pump Girls, Casey. Why don't you let us know what you loved most?
Never knew if this was a movie or a porno. Or if it's like a porno with too much setup.
It was so good.
It was a porno with too much setup.
Or a pornographic music video.
I feel like this is what 70s pornos were. Like, there were musicals. It was like a Disney porno. Well, there's like a song every 7 minutes. Like, now we're having sex and now we're singing a song talking
Now
about
we're
the sex we
having
just
sex.
had. Oh, now something serious is happening. Maybe I should sing a song and now I'm having sex.
And if I take my top off, it makes
Everything else all right.
Right. Well, we start this out as a porno because the opening scene basically is them on a graduation stage, and then their gowns getting ripped off, their tits are out, and they just act like it's cool.
Like, oh my God. And the
It's 1979 and they're cocaine thin. Yeah, everything is cool.
And
No,
30.
One girl acts like it's cool,
Okay.
which she then later admits in the locker room is because she just discovered a new kink on stage. And then the rest of them kink shame her for that.
Yeah, that is a pretty aggressive kink shame scene.
I mean, she's kind of being an offender if she's like, look at them. Look, you filthy pigs.
and then when they do open the gas station, it's all Britney Spears music videos, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's more like Mariah Carey Rainbow record where it's just like metallic hot pants and half shirts with a lot of underboob.
Yeah.
Or like old Beyonce GQ cover.
Christina Aguilera was rocking the underboob for quite some time, too. That was some premium underboob.
She could have sold so much gas.
Just fill her up with our super duper.
That was an actual line from the film.
Dave, why don't you enlighten us? Because I feel like there was a lot in this movie that really, it was things you would have heard from a porno.
All of it was things you would hear in a porno. Just imagine a porno set in a gas station. The dialogue in your head is the dialogue of this movie.
Let's set up the scene where the gas pump girls teach each other how to pump gas, because that
Why
is
don't-
one of the most ridiculous examples.
Dave, do you want to be curious girl and I'll be slutty girl?
Role play this.
Yes, let's go through this.
Lay it on me.
I don't know how to pump gas.
Why, golly, it's quite easy. You just grab it, stick it in, squeeze it, and let it peter out. We did not make that fucking shit up. That is a real... Someone
Everything's
made at least
starting-
$1 off of that. Someone made 1.5 gallons of fucking gas off of that in 1979.
Yeah.
This is probably your parents. You should hate them forever for it.
I was trying to write down all the double entendres in this movie,
you
and then I
couldn't.
realized I was just transcribing the whole film.
You need to learn shorthand.
Casey.
My lube valves overflowing and making my ball joints a mess. That was a line in this film.
Wait, but you got to explain what was happening when he said that.
I don't even know.
They were looking
That
at
That's
the
her,
engine.
all of the girls were looking under the engine, and their first customer, who was making sure they weren't prostitutes or undercover cops,
yeah.
were like, "Hey,
Yeah, the old
hey,
farmer
can
guy.
you help me? My camshaft is shooting ropes all over my face, and I'm licking it up, and I'm so naughty when I'm doing it. You know what I mean?"
Everything that involved a gas pump was an analogy for putting a
dick.
penis
It's a
into
dick.
a vagina.
Everything.
Everything.
Including when a man sees a woman bend over, he spills gas all over the crotch of his pants, like lets it run full fucking force
Just-
for about 8 seconds. And everybody smoked in 1979.
Yeah.
So that guy was dead in the next scene, realistically.
Yeah, he's just it ran long enough that there's no way he's unaware.
Right.
Which means he's choosing to do this.
Just
Or
pour gas on his
He's
dick.
so used to coming so much, it's like peeing his pants. When he sees a woman bend over, he doesn't realize, oh, that's gas, not cum. And also,
She wasn't
his
even bending
cum
over.
She was
smells
walking
like
away.
gas. His cum smells like gas, and he needs to see a doctor.
She was just walking away.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine what would happen if she did.
Because we
bend
get that
over.
ass
Oh
shot.
my god, it would just shoot flames.
It would have exploded.
Show of hands
His penis
here.
would have exploded.
Show of hands, boys. How many of you's cum smells like gas? I have 2 out of 3. Okay.
We're just going to leave
Well-
that there.
2 out of 3 dentists cum smells like gas.
I drink a lot of energy drinks.
That's probably it, to be honest. Listen, I wish I had as much energy as all of these coked out teenagers, and I'm going to say faux teenagers because some of them were 30,
Yes.
to have a fucking song and dance break every 7 minutes in this
God.
movie.
There were so many of them.
It was a
gonna
pornographic
sing it
70s
again.
disco movie.
It was
Hence
great.
Disco
Disney.
Disney. It was a fucking disco Disney movie.
Yeah, we opened with our biggest track, "Love Is a Gas," which
Do you get it?
Love,
you get it?
because it's about gas pump
Blah,
girls.
blah,
Love,
blah,
love,
love's
love.
gas.
I couldn't hear anything but blah blah
Blah,
blah.
blah,
Blah, blah,
love's
blah.
gas.
Apparently, it was love, love, love.
It was
but
blah,
I think
blah,
they
blah.
just said
It
it,
was
so
blah,
many
blah, blah.
times.
I would argue that one of my favorites is when the titular character, Joan number 1, was singing about how she was going to trick all of her friends to get back from college, to drop out of college, get addicted to cocaine, lose a bunch of weight, and help her manage her creepy uncle's gas station that's not even on a delivery route to get gas since the 50s. And it was, it's just me and my friends pumping gas again. Drop out of school and I know you're cool. It's just me and my friends.
And if you can picture this, you know, your typical 70s montage type moment where she's kicking around a can in this busted down old run-up gas station. What am I going to do? It was...
The best part for me is that she's dressed like fucking Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the same colors,
Painted
the overalls.
on
Right.
coveralls.
She has these
Painted
purple
on.
coveralls with a bold yellow turtleneck underneath it.
Ladies, you don't see slutty overalls very much anymore.
You
and
don't
we should.
here.
You don't
Either.
ever. There's no such. You can't
Oh,
put
no.
slutty and overall
Listen,
together.
listen. If she
Yeah,
wasn't
you
wearing a
can.
turtleneck
No, it's
under
not
it
my
and
thing.
looking
I've
like
seen it.
a fucking anorexic minion, she had on coveralls that were body paint. They were fucking painted onto her skinny ass body.
I was
Why?
torn. There were 2 in this one. I loved when the bad guy hired mobsters and they came
Yeah.
over to mess up the place, but then the girls distract the mobsters outside with their tits. And
As you do when
as you do.
mobsters are involved.
And then they club them over the head with 2x4s
Yes.
and then sing a song about "Look Out, Love's Gonna Hit You" immediately after.
it's a
yeah.
pun.
That
Get it?
was
Get
a
it?
good one. But then also later in the movie, they played a song that was trying so hard not to be the Pink Panther theme and failing miserably.
Okay.
Ba-dum,
Okay.
ba-dum,
So
ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Gas station girls. Da, na, na, na.
the gas pump girls' war had escalated at this point, and they had been cut off from fuel, and their plan was to go over to the corporate Pyramid Petroleum and steal gas from them. And so them setting that up was this amazing not Pink Panther
Not
theme.
that. Not that. Not that. This is a different song.
But you like it. I really loved the sweet sensations.
Yeah, where they just had an extended dance sequence at a gas station.
Why?
Hey, that's what you did in the
And,
70s, right?
and there's just
I
a
don't-
crowd of people at the gas station watching them dance.
Yeah,
know
is that
why?
really a thing?
Yes, you know
Yeah.
why?
Why?
Because this brings me to my next topic. The women were so fucking hot in the 70s. They were so fucking hot.
Yeah, pretty
And
much
let's-
everybody
the
in this
hot
movie was
women-
really hot.
No, let's be honest.
It was like the 1%, but the 1% was so good.
And the 1% of the guys just really wasn't.
No, there was
We
not
were-
an attractive
we-
man in this movie.
The 70s was not a good time for us men.
No,
Okay.
I'm
The
so
afros
sorry.
and bell bottoms.
You
was
guys
just-
really didn't have anyone hot.
But also, this is a movie that involved, what, a half dozen women topless in its first scene. What do you think the casting looked like?
You can't have one
So there was a
attractive
couch,
dude.
right?
It's a leather couch in a small office.
That's
Right,
covered in plastic.
Yeah.
But listen, there was literally not one attractive man in this whole movie, even remotely attractive.
I
I think
was
that
really
was the casting director.
I was thinking really hard trying to disprove you, and I have zero counterexamples.
You can't. But the women were so hot, and none
Yeah.
of them were high school students.
No, not at
Most
all.
of them had children in high school, but they were insanely hot.
High school students do not have crow's feet.
The brunette lady, she had the most beautiful, fucking perfect hair. And I really want to go to the salon and order that hair, but I know I'm never going to work for that hair, and I don't deserve that hair.
The lead biker of the Vultures had some impressive anime hair going.
Yeah, and I guess he had like abs I saw once, but I didn't really care about it. His face destroyed everything, and so did his voice and his soul.
Terrible accent or greaser voice
Yeah,
that he
well,
was trying to do.
Vultures,
No,
we're
there was
gonna
like
fuck you up.
it was a cross between the 1950s greasers and the 1920s mobsters. Where it was kind of, back in the throat
Think
a little
of-
bit.
It just sounded like they all had head colds.
Think if John Travolta got a head cold while married to Al Capone.
We're gonna go
And
over
had
there
a
and
little
show
bit
'em.
of helium.
they were
I'm
still-
Johnny
that was-
Petone, and I'm dating a bicycle because my motorcycle dumped me over my DUI. She knows I cheated on her with a DUI.
Yeah, the third member of the Vultures,
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee, does an extended sketch in a parking lot where he pretends to take his motorcycle out on a date, like up to ringing the doorbell and saying ding dong out loud.
Don't call me a ding dong.
I'm here to take your beautiful daughter motorcycle out on a date tonight.
I'm gonna put it in a tailpipe. Hey.
I think the important thing is that we said Pee Wee at the same time.
Pee-wee.
Oh, that was his name.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, he's the only one I remember. You got Vulture 1, Vulture 2, and Pee-wee.
I
Hank-
don't know anybody's
Hank was,
names.
Hank was the Vulture one.
The guy that looked like
Bad accent.
a beefy Rob Lowe.
Yeah. He did look like a beefy
He
Rob
looked
Lowe,
like
with
Rob
kind of like
Lowe
bleached hair.
and Biff Tannen fucked each other. Had a baby.
I don't need to see that.
Yeah, you
Please,
do.
but in your
Hey,
image, Rob Lowe's definitely the top.
that could have been something in Gas Pump Girls.
I would watch that.
That
part.
would be something to get. Actually, I think it would fit this movie.
Don't wear a
Head
rubber.
cannon. Oh, we are in the height of.
I guess that is not our podcast.
That is not.
No, that's
our
Casey's
podcast.
corner.
we do
Rob
love-
Lowe, raw dog. You're welcome.
The Vultures were great. I love the Vultures. They
Can
were
we talk
probably-
about something I hated?
Okay.
Creepy uncles.
Oh.
Ew,
Okay.
yeah, we got to
Why
take
don't we-
it from the
what-
Rob Lowe Biff Tannen head cannon to the creepy uncle head cannon.
Okay.
Who's
Hold on.
scary.
Hold on. Here it is.
Okay.
Lights, come on. They fade in. Right? Casey's in the corner. She's sitting on a stool, looking around. The camera pans in.
Way.
We get a zoom. Casey turns and suddenly notices the camera, aloof.
Opa.
Welcome to Casey's Corner.
So, Joan number 1, which is what I'm calling every white woman in this film, has an uncle. An uncle that is on so much. What's up?
It's June.
It's Joan. Are you sure?
Her name
Yeah.
is June.
Is it really June?
Uncle Joe's daughter is June. Or
It's June.
Niece is June.
It's June.
One of her friends was January. They didn't really.
What?
April,
Yeah.
January, June, and the other one.
September.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know this till the credits.
I
but
don't.
yeah.
Do you remember that quiet bitch September? Okay.
What are we going to call him? January, April. He's just flipping through the calendar.
March.
December.
I love Casey's
St. Patrick's Day.
Wait. Are you sure?
Is this okay? June and Veterans Day have an uncle. What was his name?
Joe. He's Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
It's
Okay.
Joe's super duper
Yeah.
gas station.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. I've been doing this.
Why were you calling him Joe number 1 if you didn't?
No,
Did you not know that's why it was called Joe's?
I didn't say Joe. I said Joan number 1. was
I
the
thought you
blonde
were
bitch.
saying Joe number 1 this whole time. That I was so confused of why.
No. Shut up. You yap all the time. Can I have that wine? let me get my corner here really fast. So, June, the blonde lady with tiny boobs that are so perky. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like that in a versatile clothing way. She has tiny titties, and she's reluctantly close to her Uncle Joe, who keeps rubbing his tit into the, like, not to orgasm, but to heart attack. So he gets sent to the hospital.
Is that a state?
Yeah,
Rub your
no.
nipple too?
You should ask Sarah. She's a nurse. It's real. So he rubs himself into a heart attack and has to take a vacation from work. And somehow, Joan decides it's her job to prostitute herself to keep her uncle's business alive.
No, so the first line, let me enter your corner for just a second. I'm going to prove a point.
Don't make eye contact.
The first line that we get after seeing Joe in there, when his granddaughter or his niece, when his niece shows
His
up.
granddaughter. Wait, when
It
did
might
this-
as well have been. It was just as creepy. He
Yeah.
goes, my favorite niece. Let me have a look at you. What?
Yeah.
That's yeah. Okay. All right. Casey's
But it
corner
only
confirmed.
gets, it
Follow the
only gets
gaze.
worse. Yeah, follow the gaze indeed. It only goes worse from there. He looks you up and down like a fucking incel Tinder date. And just, that's your blood uncle. That's your mom's creepy brother.
You know, throughout
and
this
now
whole-
you're doing the math.
Throughout this whole movie, we were trying to figure out where this was. I think this was actually filmed in Kentucky.
I'm pretty sure it was filmed in hometown America.
Did Kentucky contain both greasers and country yokels and
Yes and yes.
Italian mobs? Well, bad Italian accent mobsters, like Olive Garden mobsters.
And Moive.
If
Moive
you're
was
doing
one of the gobsters'
Kentucky in
name.
this time, it's not so much West Europe, it's East Europe gangsters. So yeah,
Well, and it's the old drowned out. I mean, these guys were what, like in their at least 80s?
40s.
Hey, Bruno and Moive.
Bruno and Moive.
They were
Bruno
some tough
and Moive.
guys.
Honestly, I wish they would have been sent there to beat up Uncle Joe, because I feel like he's had a few choir boys and he needs to get the shit beat out of him.
I
If
think-
you know what I'm saying.
We need to be clear for our listeners. One
Yeah.
of the characters' names was Moive.
M-O-I-V. I thought it had an E.
There was no
No,
E.
no.
Oh.
Moiv. Moive.
Moive.
That was the big guy. Bruno was the little one.
Hey. Baby,
None of this makes sense.
listen. I got to get out of my corner. I got to change my headspace. I can't do this anymore.
Welcome back, Casey.
You know what I've got time for? I just need to drop out of college and work at a gas station with 8 of my closest friends.
Yeah, it's the Chicago method, right? The more people that are in your band, the better it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
25 or 64.
Yeah,
Not
so
the city.
like,
you guys are doing great. The
you-
band, suck our dicks.
you know that great gas station model where you have 9 people running a fucking gas station?
Yes.
I mean, they did do full service mechanic work, I guess, sort of. And there were 3 people to operate a tow truck. I don't know how that works.
I mean, I think it was full service, but it was a different kind of service.
All right. So like a porno
One
full
part
service.
teenage
fuller.
prostitution.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about how full service that is exactly, because there is that time where one of the girls sneaks into a car and then they go up in a lift and she blows the guy, the mechanic, in the top of the car in the lift while the other 2 mechanics work on it below.
Yeah, and he's just continuously shouting out more things for them to check.
Check the Baker fluid.
Yeah, it needs an oil change. Ball joints.
And eventually, halfway through, we get the acknowledgement where the 2 guys that are working on the car get the idea.
Like, oh, he's
It's-
fucking up there. But then they just stand under the car listening.
Right?
That was the second ball joints joke, too.
Oh, he put me in my tailpipe.
No.
Oh.
And the guy was wearing overalls. That's not a good. How's that work?
Because he had a zipper on the overalls.
They showed them taking it down, though.
I
This
don't
dude was
know. I've
bare-assed
never
in a
fucked a
client
man
vehicle.
in a diaper situation.
I don't know. Have you ever been in one of those 1976 just boat of a car?
They're kind of huge.
You could probably have sex in there pretty
We
easily.
had sex in your truck.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's for horses.
hey. I've got one fucking question. Juice, would you watch this again?
Goddamn right I would watch this again.
Yay!
This movie was fantastic.
Was it?
Yeah. You know, everything was absolutely ridiculous, and there were a lot of tits.
Is that your 2 check marks you got to make to watch it again?
Ridiculous titties.
Yep.
Check
I mean,
and check.
That's all we need.
if there was an explosion, I would go home and watch this again tonight. No explosions, but we got a wonderful movie. I thank you, Casey, for starting off Tits and Tires Month appropriately.
Thank you.
Jay, how about you? Would you watch it again?
I agree that Gas Pump Girls fits Tits and Tires perfectly. I'm not quite sure that... listen, here's the thing, dude. If I want to watch a porno, I'm just going to watch a porno, okay? I'm not going to watch this again because it's like halfway to a fucking porno, and I'll just go watch a porno, okay? And then I'll be done in 30 seconds, and I can go watch something else I enjoy.
That's what's wrong with you kids today, is that you don't leave anything to the imagination.
That was
Yeah,
too perfect.
that's the point. That's the point. I love the internet. Dave, Gas Pump Girls. Would you watch it again?
Right off the bat, no, I'm not going to watch this again.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I gotta agree with Jay. This feels like somebody was going for like a Reese's peanut butter cup of, oh, you got Skinamax in my Disney musical. You got Disney musical in my Skinamax. And it just doesn't work. So I would ironically listen to the soundtrack of this movie again.
We already have.
Ironically,
Yes.
Or unironically.
There's no way to unironically enjoy it. But just to laughingly sing along to blah, 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 love is a guess, but watch the movie that tries to justify it? No.
Ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
your mother is an ooh-ah. Ooh-ah.
Did they ever establish what an ooh-ah
Your
is?
sister is an ooh-ah.
All right,
that
all
was
the way
just the
back
thing.
around. Casey, are you going to watch Gas Pump Girls again?
Honestly, truly,
You just paid money to rent it, so...
yes, I would watch this again. Number one, the music was amazing. Number two, I can live vicariously of like, hey, remember what my body used to look like at 17, 18 years old? Good times.
34?
34. Yeah, that one lady was so banging ass mom hot.
She
And
was.
Also, there was some bad hair, but there was also some hair fucking goals in here. And I think I'm going to take a still screen from Gas Pump Girls.
God bless the 70s.
God bless the 70s to my hairdresser the next time I go when my hair grows out again.
First movie in Tits and Tires Month, Gas Pump Girls, ends up split reviews.
Split decision.
Interesting. Tits and Tires Month will continue next week, and we're going to watch a movie that I'm going to bring, which is a classic shitty cinema movie. This is truly B-movie trash, and it is Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive.
Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
Maximum Overdrive.
This is one of those movies I've read a lot about but never actually watched.
What? You've never seen this movie?
No.
Oh,
You're the only
Maximum
one that's
Overdrive is
watched
so good.
this movie, you
I
piece of
have
shit.
seen it multiple times.
Of course
multiple
you
times.
have.
All right.
What does that say about me? I fuck you. On purpose.
On that
Maybe a
note,
little less now.
let's turn out the lights and go home. I've got something to get to.
Not this pussy. Bye.